What is happening, fine people of the world? We are feeling good coming off a Saturday in sports. That right there is Chris Williamson. I'm Russ Thaler, and while we got baseball and golf, even some boxing coming your way, there's just something about a princely debut that has grabbed our attention on this Saturday.
Princely debut. Who could you be talking about? Oh, I know. Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, or some people call him King James. The Prince making his anticipated Summer League debut Saturday for the Lakers against the Kings as he continues the next chapter of his young but very highly scrutinized basketball career. Bronny James playing in his first Summer League game after the Lakers drafted him 55th overall. Middle of the first quarter, Lakers down 3. Adonis Arms. The crossover on Bronny drains the mid-range. Lakers down 5. But Bronny did settle into the game later. Because middle of the second quarter, Lakers down 2. Look at Bronny. The anticipation. Intercepts it. On the break, Blake Hinson to Kyle Mangus, who lays it in. Game tied at 29. Next Lakers possession, down 2. Bronny. Off the dribble handoff. Look at him. Drive and lay it in. Game tied at 31. Bronny's first bucket for the Lakers. And LeBron, he was loving it.
Come on, man. That's tough. That's tough. Get loose.
That's right. Get loose, man. 2 points, 1 of 6 from the field, 1 assist, and 1 rebound for Bronny in the first half. Middle of the third, Lakers down 10. Don't connect. Kicks it out to Bronny. Crossover. Nice looking jumper there. Kings, though, going to win 108-94 as Bronny finished with 4 points, 2 of 9 from the field, 2 assists, and 2 boards. Time now to welcome in CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez. And John, we knew that a lot of people were going to be interested to see how Bronny James did in his first NBA game in the Summer League. What were your impressions? Because for me, I felt like he kind of showed what I expected, where there's going to be a lot of growth needed in the next coming months and years.
Yeah, highly anticipated debut, Chris. I couldn't even sleep last night. You see the bags under my eyes. Thanks so much, Bronny. Some positives and negatives here, right? I mean, as you mentioned, Chris, it's the first Summer League game, so there's not a ton that we're not going to really overblow this, but the 2 buckets that he hit were fine. You know, he took a dribble handoff, got downhill for a layup. That was his first bucket, and then the second one was a little dribble behind his back for a pull-up 16-footer at the left elbow. He made that. There was a play, actually, that had nothing to do with scoring where he stole the ball, got out in transition, had a really nice pass on the fast break for a layup. And then there was little things that he did well, box outs, making the extra pass. He clearly knows the game. But as you mentioned, Chris, there are some limitations here. We saw them on display tonight. I saw you tweet about this, actually, where somebody said, Bronny looks small out there, and you said that's because he's small. I would like to second that. This is not a large human being. He's 6'1.5" at the combine without his shoes on. So he's not only not tall, but he's also not physically big. So he's going to need some time to get stronger and bigger in order to compete with NBA players now.
Absolutely, yeah. You saw the athleticism, right? The speed, the anticipation, as you mentioned, with the steal. But his strength, his ability to deal with stronger guards on offense and defense is something he's going to need to prioritize as J.J. Redick talks about the player development. But I also want to know, John, how important was it, in your opinion, for Bronny just to show people what he's capable of, even if you don't take a whole lot of stock in a Summer League game?
Yeah, I mean, getting out there, this is the first step in a really long road for him. I know that we're going to be talking about Bronny James for a long time, in perpetuity. But I think everybody wants this immediate return where, okay, we're going to figure out what Bronny is and what he can do right now. No, as you said, this is a developmental thing. He had to get out there today. There's going to be more Summer League games. The intensity and the scrutiny on him is going to ramp up when it shifts. This was just the California Classic. When it goes to Vegas, that's when we're going to see increased scrutiny on Bronny James. And then the regular season, whether he's shuffling back and forth to the G League, the South Bay Lakers, or he's sitting at the end of the bench next to his dad, probably not getting that much run. It's going to take some real time for him to develop. Yes, it was good for him to get out there today. Defensively, I thought he was just okay. Yep. There were moments when we're talking about his size where Adonis Arms, who plays for the Kings, who has an incredible name and kind of lives up to it, bigger body, kind of bullied him a couple times. And I'm like, yeah, see, this is what he's going to have to get used to as he goes and tries to make his way in the NBA.
Right, because that's just on the Summer League level. You wait until you get to the NBA level, those dudes are going to be doing it times 10. Now, another player as we talk about development, is Dalton Knecht, right? The rookie out of Tennessee. What did you see from his game as he also, went through some growing pains in this game against the Kings?
Yeah, a little nervy, right? I mean, both of them, I thought, they were trying to force the issue a little bit. Dalton Knecht, 3 for 12, 12 points on 12 shots. He was okay. He threw a nice pass at one point. I thought his shot selection was good. I'd like to see a little bit quicker trigger, but I wasn't sure, if that was just a little nerves or he was trying to feel his way around in his first ever professional basketball game. He also, like Bronny James, is a guy who needs to be more physical. They have really high hopes for him, Chris. Unlike Bronny, who is going to take some time to develop, Dalton Knecht they took with the 17th pick in the NBA draft. LeBron James today was just talking about how Dalton Knecht, and take this with a grain of salt, but he was talking about how Dalton Knecht was his favorite player other than Bronny in college this season and how he expects Dalton Knecht to be a contributor for them. Well, they're going to need it because shooting-wise, especially from deep, they were limited last year. They had D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves and not a whole lot else that they could be really reliant upon. So he's going to step in immediately, and provided he doesn't completely faceplant, they're going to need him to be in the rotation and play significant minutes for them.
Right. So his development is going to need to be, on a very much faster track than it is for Bronny James. Bronny, you can, figure things out. Dalton is, hey, man, you need to show up and be a contributor for this team as long as LeBron James is on the roster. John Gonzalez, we appreciate your insight as always, man. Talk to you later. And if you want more John Gonzalez content, check out the Beyond the Arc podcast, where he, Ashley Nicole Moss, and Bill Ryder break down all the storylines and news going on in the world of the NBA. The Beyond the Arc podcast, download it wherever you get your podcasts, and it is a great watch, a daily podcast that you can listen to as long as you want to.